Hi there, Pisces. Welcome to Jive Tarot and your freestyle for November. All right. So the difference between the freestyle and the 9 card is the 9 card has predefined questions. We kind of ask Spirit some things. Here, we just let Spirit talk. Four of Wands in reverse. So there seems to be some sort of discord, some sort of instability. It's like things that were happening consistent and always. Like the traffic always is clear when I go to work. The traffic, the convenience store always has a sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit before I get there. And then for some odd reason, something happens and that's not the same anymore. Things changing. Things are shifting, right? The things that I depended on or took for granted are not necessarily there anymore. The Chariot, this is putting quite a halt or a grinding of the gears to what I feel is my progression. I feel like I'm falling off the back burner somehow, shape, or form where, well, don't they care? I needed to take a shower after work. Let's see, I have the Ace of Swords, the Sun, the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, and the Page of Wands. This is telling me to move on despite the small nuances in the world around. Like, we're not going to put too much weight on who to blame or what's the cause or what's the issue. This is just a flexibility exercise for what I see. The truth is hidden in the most inconceivable places, right? The most obvious or inobvious places. Who knows where they hide that Easter egg, for God's sake? But there is a message there. There is some sort of feeling bubbling to the surface, some sort of attachment to a past instance that this situation is bringing to light. Yes, it's a new beginning or a new take on it. So it's a perfect opportunity to do something new, to show what you have learned, to show how you're going to react this time around, right? 3 of Swords in reverse. Heal from that heartbreak. Not get over it, but just show how flexible that broken leg, the one that I broke last year. Show how flexible, show how capable it is at this time. I see the Last Judgment. There is an opportunity to step up and out of that vibrational level. There is an opportunity to come towards the light in this new beginning, right? But they're going to want your signature, right? They're going to want your signature, right, Pisces? Yes, they are. They're going to want proof. The universe will want proof. The 5 of Cups in reverse, they're going to want proof. With the 3 of Swords in reverse, the 5 of Cups in reverse, the Last Judgment here, they're going to want proof that you have ascended, that you have done what you were supposed to do, that you aren't letting this old burden and this old situation define you anymore. I'm defined by a whole new set of rules. Check them out. Read the book sometime. Oh, I also have the Empress in reverse and the Hangman in reverse. So if there is any kind of consistent stagnation, if there is any kind of longevity of like, I'm spinning my wheels, I've been working at this for 3 years and I'm not making any progress, or vice versa, or this, that, and the other, then it's time to see where you might be stagnantly holding on to old ways of thinking, or ways of thinking that no longer serve you or do not apply to this situation. For God's sake, I see the Tower in reverse. There is a tendency to cling in all of us, Pisces. Not just you, not the situation. We all think back into past instances. And even if I've worked through all of my issues in that past instance, that past memory will keep coming up to connect me to the person in the memory, to connect me to the situation in the memory, or to kind of like flash a warning. Hey, There's something like that coming up here if you take this path. But if you go here, then it's not on this timeline. And I know that's a little advanced for some of you, but I mean, we cling to old ideas. What defines us is our inability to overcome, adapt, move forward, see it in a different light, heal from it, move forward, get ready for the next thing, to seize the next thing. Oh, that now that I look back at it, it actually wasn't that hard at all. It was actually really beneficial, and I cannot wait for the next one. I am excited. That kind of healing, that kind of go-getter, ambitious kind of attitude that doesn't let things like that victimize me, but makes things like that advance me, bring me to a higher state of consciousness, a better plateau, a bigger, brighter future, a better job, because I'm more capable of handling it. And you know what? As you get higher up the ladder, the issues, the problems, the situations, they're going to get bigger. They're going to get bigger. But you've also gotten stronger each way up. And I don't know why this message is coming through for you, Pisces, but it's just flowing. So I'm just going to let it, right? Bottom of the deck, I do see the Two of Swords. I see a crossroads of sorts in how you seize your mental capabilities. Like, do I or do I? You know, which way is it for me? And that's all. That's an answer. That's a question we all have to answer for ourselves. So it's no big surprise that the Two of Swords would be out here. But in which direction am I clinging to this past instance? In which direction am I allowing this memory or this situation or this trigger or this, even people just talking about it, how am I allowing that to come into my life? In which stage am I allowing it to come in? A blanket to snuggle me and make me warm? Or do I allow it as barking dogs that irritate me and bite my ankles? Like, what's your decision? Speaking of, Lord have mercy. It's you. Okay, so Big Boy wants to come out and have a conversation. Let's see. Two of Wands in reverse. Okay, so this is what I'm this is like a warning to me. It's all right to take the Two of Swords in a thought process, right? It's not all right to remove yourself or dissociate yourself from the present moment, go back to the past and try the butterfly effect. It's not. It's not okay to go back and say what I did wrong or what. No, play the ball where it lies. This is all a game of golf, right? It's how I got out the fourth so fast. Is because I stopped imagining what it was going to be like if I could change the now. I don't want to change the now. I want to accept me as I am. And I want to move forward from here. They say wherever you go, there you are. Yeah, that's the way out the fourth. Strength in reverse and Temperance in reverse. There is some sort of insecurities, impatience. There's an imbalance. There is... You don't have the higher ground, Anakin. No, you don't. Not with your thinking. This Two of Swords, this Two of Wands in reverse, it's like you're going back, right? And seeing where you can blame yourself. Oh my God, this almost sounds so much like the Leo reading that I can't even stand it. Okay, so... It's a dissociation. I feel like it's a dissociation from the now. I think it's a dissociation and pointing my focus and attention to how I got here. Well, I don't want to really waste a lot of time on how I got here. I am here. This is where I am now. And that is fantastic. So then by doing that, or by cutting out that mental distraction, that side quest, that thing that you're chasing over here that has no relevance. I mean, it actually, it had its position in creating the circumstance. Yes, there's a possibility that you will track it down, that you will figure out what it is. But why waste time? Why waste time trying to figure out woulda, coulda, shoulda, and flipping it on and off in the back? What does this light switch do? What does this light switch do? Well, we don't really know. But we can play the ball where it lies and move forward from here. Yes. The insecurities, I see the insecurities and the impatience and the need to get it now because I messed up back then. That's an issue, or that's a thought that might, with the Tower in reverse, if that is what your Tower in reverse is clinging to, that idea, that thought, that mind set, then that's not going to be beneficial to your current situation. No. Acceptance, detaching, healing, and letting go. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to acknowledge it for what it is. Yes. And see how it comes up now. Because as I was stating earlier, you know, there's more than one way to skin a cat. That's a horse of a different color. It's a consistent situation where everything will come up. Different actors will keep coming up playing different roles. You understand what I'm saying? That's kind of what this feels like. You understand? Where this situation, whereas it used to hurt me and I'm still trying, I have the ability, or I have the need or desire to go back and try to see where I did wrong, or what I did, or what I could have done better, or what I could have done right, or this, that, and the other, producing insecurities that I did something wrong in the first place. Or I can allow the situation to come up and say, oh my God, I miss Becky. Let me call Becky. That's when you heal, you know? Or, oh my God, this is a prerequisite to an upcoming event. Allow it to help you tell the future. It's a possibility. You don't know unless you try. Jump that ditch. I can't. Jump that ditch. I can't. Even if you fall in the ditch, at least you tried. But you might make it to the other side. Why don't you try? Just try it. Not everybody can, but you won't know until you try. Okay, so I see the Ace of Cups, the Hangman in reverse is yet again, and the Hierophant. All right, so some sort of situation with a relationship, school, college, work-related, something with a higher figure in authority that is very dogmatic and unable to change their mind on the situation. Maybe they helped you form your opinion of self. I'm seeing very, very negative thinking, but with this Ace of Cups here hiding, like on the other side of that negative thinking, that downplaying, that aggress, blaming, making mountains out of molehills kind of person that is victim mentality, almost a little bit. The Queen of Swords reminds me, the Queen of Swords in reverse reminds me a little bit of a victim mentality. Like I haven't got my issue, so I'm trying to put the weight of everything on that one person, or I'm trying to villainize them in some way, shape, or form so that I can get my just desserts, whatever I think that is, instead of a lot of acceptance. Okay. So I'm feeling like there was maybe a teacher, a parent, a father figure, something similar to the therapist, authority figure that had very dogmatic, very straight, very strict in their thinking and their judgments and their opinions, has maybe had an idea of implanted or planted a pretty negative idea about one thing or the other in your head. And I think it's something to do with love. Okay, so the Sprite of Love, and in all honesty, I don't think that emotion, that idea of what self-love or love is conducive to a healthy, loving partnership or relationship. Do you understand what I'm saying? Sorry, I got them backwards, but Jesus, why did that come out? That doesn't even fit in the reading. Not really. Or if you wanted to blame somebody or the things that we cling to, let's see, yada, yada, yada. It's time to prioritize. Put yourself first. It's time to prioritize. Yes, I've been juggling this. I've been juggling this new ascension. I've been juggling this new path or this new upcoming idea, right? And this old way of thinking. And you're just juggling and juggling and juggling and juggling. And because there's a possibility that this was laid so early in my life or my childhood, or so strongly laid, that I'm not able to, or I don't recognize the fact that if I'm going back and blaming myself for what I did wrong in the relationship, or I did wrong in the job, or I did wrong in the situationship, then I'm actually not blaming. Like I said, the cards, for some odd reason, I'm getting this overwhelming feeling that you're really not the one to blame. But if you don't get up and seize the moment now, you possibly could be. Prioritize, right? Understand, comprehend that sometimes I can't find fault. Sometimes there is no fault. Sometimes it's just long and done and hopeless and over. And, you know, maybe this person has even passed away. Maybe this person was somebody that you had known from early on in childhood that had implanted this thought of what this thing was or what this thing was supposed to be. I'm not sure. There's the Ten of Swords. There is an idea of clearing the air with the Seven of Cups here. Right, clearing the air, moving past these negative influences, these people that weren't really our friend. And I say not really our friend. It says parental figures back then. They weren't really our friend. They were our mentors. They were our guides. They were our bosses. They owned us, for God's sake. We were their property. The Empress, right? Take your power back. That's, oh God, I get that very, very strongly. That message was very, very clear. Take your power back. Take your power back because you can. Take your power back because you don't owe it to anybody else, past or present, living or dead. You owe it to yourself, and you owe it to your future self. Yes. And you owe it to all the people that you can bring light to in life. So, Pisces, that's pretty much all I have for you. I would normally grab you a 3-card summary, but I'm really not feeling like that. But I'm going to do it anyway because I remembered. 3-card summary, please, for my Pisces. 1, 2, 3. 7 of Coins in reverse, something that needs to come up. 6 of Swords, something that you need to revisit, very painful in your past. If you want to go back that far, like I said, it's not what I did. It's not going back to my actions. With the 2 of Wands here, that's a previous action. That's a previous crossroads. That's a previous fork in the road for me, where I did something wrong, right? And I was emotionally, something was wrong with me. It had to have been something wrong with me. No, there was nothing wrong with you. Okay, but you need to go back deeper. You need to go back just a little bit further into repressed thoughts, ideas, things that had made themselves, and the Queen of Cups, and fill them completely and entirely. You understand? Because with the 7 of Cups, 7 of Coins here, 7 of Pentacles in reverse, that's pulling it up. Pulling up that bush that no longer serves us. Man, that tree is in the way. I want to run a power line here, but that tree has to come down. And I know that you might be kind of nostalgic to that tree. You know, that was my grandfather. That was the person that raised me. That was this, that, and the other. But in this situation, if you're insistent on leaning and going to the past to figure out where, instead of just taking it and seizing the bull by the horns and playing the ball where it lies and moving forward, then you're going to have to actually do it with some discernment and place the blame where it lies, because it does not lie on you, and you will have to uproot the whole tree and the teachings and the thinkings of that person that you hold such a close affinity for. All right, bottom of the deck, it was more than possibly an Aries or a father figure with the Emperor in reverse right here. Forgive them, they know not what they do. You know, it's easy to let it go. It's easy to let it go. It's your time to shine. So, like, comment, subscribe. Do hit the bell if you want to unapologetically too. Look, with the Page of Cups in reverse. All right, so like, comment, subscribe. Do hit the bell if you want to be informed next time I upload. And until next time, Pisces, thanks for stopping by at Jive Tarot. It's a pleasure.